I think we got it. Yeah, okay, there, it's bottoming out. Okay, so now welcome back to the workbench where we try to make things. So what we're trying to make today, or continue to make today, is Kai's Gothic Castle Book Nook. Now, the folks over at Kai have been nice enough to send this over to us so we can take a look at it, and we're building it together. And if you'd like to join along, there's a link down in the description where you can get one of your own, build along with us. It'll be a lot of fun. But let's see where we're at so far. Let me get caught back up. I believe we finished off here. Yeah, so right here, we just kind of finished building kind of the front facade, I don't know what you want to call it, of this wall here. Let's take a quick look. Now, I've got a ton of pieces pulled out. You can't see them. They're all lined out here because I want to get all the way to the end. I want to get this whole thing finished, and there are a lot of parts involved, so we need to get to it. Let's stop talking and just get to work. So first thing we need to do, it looks like, is build out a little bit on the back side of this wall. So let me bring it over, make sure I'm in frame for you guys. Let's see, it looks like we can start with what is F5. Let me make sure I have this the right way. Yep, it goes this way. And it is gonna stick, is it marked? Yeah, marked F5. It's probably hard for you guys to see here, but if you have one of your own, it's actually marked right here, F5, where this tab needs to go right in here. There we go. And I guess it just kind of hangs loose right there for right now, kind of just hanging out. You can see it doesn't connect anywhere else. And then I think, yeah, let's go ahead and put in our H piece, which is our acrylic piece. Again, I'm assuming blue side out would be my thinking. Yeah, that's definitely right. Let me stand this up here so I can try to slide it in. It's gonna go in behind, going to go in behind B6. Where does it connect up top here? That's a good question. Does it just kind of, I think maybe it just sits right there. Like, is that right? Or does it tuck in somewhere back here? No? Well, let's go ahead and try putting in B6, and maybe that'll give us a little information, because this is going to have to go in right here, and then, okay, yeah, so it's gonna, okay, so the acrylic piece, I want to make sure you guys can see this, just kind of, you can see there's a tab here. There's two tabs on the acrylic piece that are gonna kind of fit in right in that, it's gonna notch in around that tab, and then what is this part again? B6 is going to peg in here, hopefully. It's not wanting to go very easily, but there we go. That's what's going to pinch. That pinches the B6. Or not B6, I'm sorry, H2. I've probably been saying the wrong piece. Pinches H2 right in here, right like this. So it gets pinched up here, and it actually tabs in down there. I hope that makes sense. And then we've got B2 that kind of just goes on this other side. So let's see how it's going to go in here. It goes in right in this big slot, like so. And then I guess it's just going to sit and hang loose right here just for a second. Okay, now I think things are going to get a little bit more complicated. When I was pulling the parts, I was kind of looking at what we've got going on here. And I think we're going to put in part of the hinge. And I've got these pieces pulled out. I just want to see if I can find them. I say what we do, let's start with this side first, probably what I think is going to be the easier side. So we've got A18, which is it's a plastic piece, and it's a gate. And then we've got a little hinge piece, this guy here, which is G15, which looks like to me it's going to go right on here. It's going to be like our hinge. Let me turn this so we can see what's going on. This is going to, yeah, so we've got this piece here that's going to go in the bottom, and then this hinge piece that's going to go in the slot on, what is this part we just put in, B2. Let me see if I can see. I'm trying to leave it in frame for you guys, and well, I might have to move it so I can see just to get it done. Where are you at? Let's see. Let me turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. It's right there. Get in there. Hoping it'll just push in. Now, doing this, be very careful. this wood grain, let me show you what I'm talking about, because I've had this happen to me. This wood grain is running this way, right? And I'm pushing. So if I was to put pressure here and here and then push, there's highly likelihood that I'll break it on that wood grain. So I'm only going to push right here at that spot. And you know what I think I'm actually going to do? I'm going to pull it out, lay it flat. Where's my little hammer guy? I'm going to lightly tap it in. Again, being careful, I do not want to, in fact, let's pull that out. I do not want to break this along the grain. So always be aware of that, of what's going on. So now let's go ahead and I'll put this piece back in like so, put it back where it goes. This, how did this go again? It goes, yeah, this way. So we're going to slide up into this hinge point here, if I can. There we go. And then down there. And then we'll just kind of set that back. Does it go? I guess it goes here. Yeah, okay. Just like that. Okay, so yeah, just always be aware of your, whoops, this just came loose. Wonderful. Probably should, you know what? Instead of dealing with that, which holes was that was supposed to go into? I think it was this one, D1. I'm going to, let me make sure you can see what's happening here. This is popping out on me, so I'm just going to drop a little glue on either side of the tabs that hold it, like so. And I should have done this yesterday probably when I first put it in, because I noticed it was kind of loose, or kind of, wanting to fall out on me. I should have done it yesterday and be dry right now. Okay, let's see if I can get that. There we go. Yeah, see how it pops in real easy, but that glue should hold that now. I'm going to hold it just a second while I put the gate in for the third time. That's just how it goes sometimes, not a big deal. Just like that. There we go. And then we have this E7, which is a lamppost that's going to go, it looks like right in front, yeah, right in front of this piece, which is going to, I guess, kind of hold things. I'm wondering if it might help if this gets glued in, but I don't know. We'll see here real quick. It's going to be a little hard to get in, to be honest with you. Yeah, there it goes. Just kind of wiggle it in. Again, being very careful because you can easily break these pieces. Trust me. I have done it in the past, not with this kit, but with other kits. I have absolutely broke the wooden pieces. All right, now we need to do the other side, which has a little bit more complication because it has part of the hinge we're going to be using. I think first what we should do, because we also have an LED that's going to be going in. And let's look at this again. So let's look real closely. We can see we've got our LED that goes and it's pointing, I think, to the inside. I think it's pointing for it to go right inside here, and it's what's going to light up around the eye. But what I'm going to do is look forward. Okay, yeah, we can kind of see the LED. Yeah, it's going up. Let's see, something to point with. You can see the leads running up right there. So that is where it goes, is on the inside of that piece. And I think we go ahead and put that in first, which is it's the last LEDs we have, and it's an LED strip. And basically it just has a sticky back to it, self-adhesive. Let's go, if I can get this off, come on. There we go. And they show it, I think we want, I don't know if we want to put it in the middle. This is the only thing I don't know, is how high do we stick this? They show pointing towards kind of right at the eye, right at the level of the eye. So I think what we'll do, I hope this is the right decision. I'm going to split the eye because it's going to light up all of this. So I'm going to split the eye and go about right here. Go ahead and stick that on. And then it looks like these wires go out through this slot right here, like so. And these other wires are going to go also, the LED for the eye itself go out that way also. Looks like we want to run all the wires out that way, like so, which is going to go, down and around around this guy here. We've left this space here for those wires, it looks like. Okay, so that's that. The only other thing we need to do is up top here, it looks like. And you can see here it says fix the components with the silicone ring and mini steel rod according to the diagram. Okay, so we just need, it's pretty straightforward. Where's the part? So I've got the little rod and then 2 of these P17s. And that, it looks like it's going to be that hole right there. Or no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, we've also got the D4. So we've got this guy. Does it show? So what we need to do, yeah, we'll go ahead and put, let's go ahead and put our rod through here, and then we're going to have a grommet up here. Now, the only thing I've got to figure out, so there's our stack there, is it's going to go through, trying to figure out what hole this goes through. Is it marked maybe? I mean, so here's the thing. There's a hole right here that looks like the right size hole, but that is not what it's showing going through. It's showing it through the hole right next to this guy. So I guess it's going to have, or it goes through this, let me make sure you guys can see this one right here. So I think it's going to have some give like that. So, but I'm going to put it through. Obviously, we can always change this later. I got to try to get this rubber grommet through there. Come on. Like that. I kind of wish these rods fit a little tighter or the grommets fit a little tighter on the rods, but that's all right. I think it's going to be okay. But that's how that goes. All right. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm 95% positive. Well, we'll see moving forward. Okay, let's flip us over here. And now we've got even more. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we've got even more stuff going on. Okay. We are going to connect this, I think, to the main piece here, which is here. Okay. Stick with me. I'm going to put this right in front of my face. That's perfect. All right. Let's see. I'm going to look at this before we get to work. I'm going to take a look at this. It says pay attention to the wiring direction. Okay. We see that it goes out and then in. Oh, it's going to have to go. Okay. I see what they're, sorry, I've got pieces falling down over here. I don't want to lose them. We've got to go out and then into the main body. I don't know what we want to call that. And then we have a long rod and a short rod. Short rod, okay. We need to, I'm going to open this. Okay, I'm going to move everything so you guys can see. Can I zoom out any? Maybe that'll help too. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You can see half the mess on my table here. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so we've got the long rod goes through. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. Yes. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. I'm going to set the instructions to the side. So the long rod, what's going to happen, the long rod has to go all the way down through this thing and catch these guys down here. Okay, so where is my long rod? Here we are. I think we'll do that one. Okay, yeah, it says to do, I think it says to do that one first. What is it saying to do first? We've got a 1, 2, 3. Obviously the short rod is last. The long, I think, 1, I think they're saying kind of put it together. And then 2, they're saying send the rods through. I think is what they're trying to say. So by put it together, I'm very confused. This has to, wait, do I have this positioned correctly? Yes. It's going to go, well, I guess number 1, let's get these wires. I think all of these wires, I'm really trying to follow along here. I think all of this wiring mess has to go in here, I would think. because it's going to have to all go in and then connect to the battery power source, I think. So I think this goes like so. I'm not completely positive how. Oh boy. I'm super confused. That's going to slip in. Is there a spot for that? They're saying that these have to slide in. I'm not following. Oh, I guess in just behind. I guess it just goes in here like this. Let me turn this around real quick. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So here's where my confusion is. Let me make sure you guys can see. We've got 2 tabs down here. Let me tilt it back so you can see maybe even better. Okay. In fact, let me just lay this all down. I think we'll be able to see this better. First things first. Okay, those wires are all going to go through here. You know what? Let me get all these wires pulled through because they've got to go into this cavity down here. I don't know if you guys can see the cavity. Yeah, you can see it. There's the cavity down here is where the control box and battery thing will be. I think I'm missing a black wire. Where's this black wire at? There it is. Get in. Okay, let's see. It's all. I mean, it's quite the wiring mess coming through here. I've never built one of these with so many lights and whatnot, which is cool. Like it's gonna be really. I think it's gonna really glow and look really good. But we've got quite the mess of wires. And I think what I might do. Do I have? You know what I think I'm going to do? Okay, so I'm going to hold on to these wires with my right hand. And what this hinge has to go in. This is where I was a little confused. Let me move this back like so. This hinge goes in here. And and the top hinge goes on top. I mean, I have to assume it does. It's the only way it's going to fit, I think. Got these wires kind of in the way there. You go in there. Oh, no, it goes below. Goes below. There we go. Like that, I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm going to pull these wires through again. I thought I had a piece. Let me just grab. I'm just going to grab a piece of tape. Just kind of tape the bunch of them kind of right there so they're not moving around on us. Okay. Now, what we have to do... All right. Sorry, this is quite the to-do. Okay, we've got to... Now, how are we going to do this? I've got to send... I want to make sure I go through this goes through that hole that I was pointing out earlier, I think. Yeah, it's going to, or no, actually, does it go through? No, it goes through that slot, I think. Yeah, it goes through the slot. Oh, my goodness. Pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, that's all it's going to have to. So it's going to have to go through. There's a slot right here, right above the little hole. I think that's all, because there's no way it's going to reach anywhere else, right? Yeah, so it has to go through this here. And I hope it goes through relatively easily. Okay, let's get it back. Let me stand it back up and see if I can do it. Oh my goodness. This is quite the ordeal. Okay, like so. This goes on top like that. Where's the hole? Am I hitting that hole? I don't know. I'm gonna have to stand up just a second. Okay, it's going in there, but what am I hitting now? don't understand what I'm hitting. Oh, I'm hitting that. Okay, there we go. Like so, I think. Okay, let me lay it back down so you guys can see. I'm pretty sure I have this in the correct... Maybe not. I swear it's probably got to go in that hole, doesn't it? Okay, I got to look at this one more time. This long rod, it has to go in that hole. It doesn't go in the slot. It has to go in the hole. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Oh, I just lost part of my... I'll have to put this back on. You know, I'm going to leave it off for right now. But can you see? Yeah, there's a hole here and then a slot. I think I've got to get this thing back, all the way back to that hole, which I'm not... Yeah, it has to kind of... Is that the... I can't see. This is very hard to see. I think that's like I'm lined up. Where's the rod? My face cam has now become a body cam. There we go. Okay, that's how you want to do it. So make sure you go through that hole. Okay. Now, it's only going to open a certain amount now. Okay, so that makes... But how do I get the... Oh, back here. Okay. Let's say, how do I get the rubber grommet on? Okay, where are the grommets? Here they are. So we've got to get one on here, because this is the one that's going to hold at the top. Okay, and then let's go ahead and feed this thing on through. We got to make sure our wiring is out of the way. Here, I guess it will go behind this rod. The wiring will. Okay, is there a grommet that goes on top? Yes, it looks like it. Yes. Yes, so I need to put another grommet on before I can't, before it's no longer an option. So we got to put another grommet on here. Oh boy. And then we'll hit this hole. There's a hole right there I'm trying to aim for. We got wires in the way. We've got... Okay, get in there. Go. Okay. Now this grommet's going to push all the way up here, but now we're not in yet. This is supposed to be out there. Oh boy. Okay, now how on God's green... how am I supposed to get the grommet in there? Yo, that's going to be... Okay, what I think I'm going to have to do... One, my wires are in the way already. I got to get those... I need a little bit more slack from those. There we go. Let me push the... Let me see if I can get the rod. Did I... Oh, it's right there. So I need to pull it back a little bit. I missed with the rod. Okay. So what I'm doing, you probably can't see. I'm looking down right in here because I can see the rod poking out. Oh, and now I pulled it too far. God dang it. Okay, so what we've got to do, here's the trick, I think. This is the trick. And by the way, we're not going to get nearly as much done today as I thought we were. I think the trick is on the back side here, what we need to do is just get this rod to just start in this hole. Where's the hole at? Right here. Be sure to have 2 of the silicone grommets already on this rod. You know, we put it in and then you put them on these sides. This one needs to be tightened back up. This is what I'm afraid is going to happen to these. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get them in. So I'm just going to touch it in there. And now I'm going to lay this back down. And I can see my hinge. And I'm going to push this rod through and try my darndest to get it to go through the hole. It's way back in there in the hinge. Oh, my word. This is not going to be easy. This is absolutely the proverbial boat in a bottle. Come on. It's not wanting to make it. Let me see if I pull this up some like this. Maybe I can hold it with my nose. Come on. What I could maybe do. I'm trying to be so careful not to mess anything up that we've already got done. God dang it. Come on, buddy. It's right there. You can see it. It's just pushing the hinge out instead of going in the hole. I know you guys can't see a gosh darn thing I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? Maybe if I go this way. So I can't. Can you see what happens when I push the rod in? See how it just moves the hinge instead of go in the hole of the hinge? And for the life of me, I can't see. I mean, it's so hard to judge where it needs to be. I'm going to try to just kind of. I mean, it's so hard to know. But we've got to get it in that hole. And then I've got to get a grommet on this little booger. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, this could take all day. What do I have? Let me just use the back end of this hammer. Can I wedge that out a little bit? Because I think that was the problem. All right. So I just kind of pulled the hinge out a little bit. I wedged it out with the back end of this hammer, and then that got it in. Now, what I've got to do is get a grommet on there. Whoops, we don't need that yet. Is get a grommet on there. And I think the way I'm going to have to do that is I'm going to have to get in there with some tweezers. Now, the problem is there's wiring right here. Like, I can't. The wiring's going to be in the way. Let me see if I can kind of push everything out of the way. Get the grommet. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing or not. Oh, now I've dropped the grommet. This is not easy. So just keep your cool. Keep a smile. I know it's a little easier said than done. I think if I pull this grommet all the way back, and here's the fun part. It's got to go through another part of the hinge. Okay, so I've got it. It's in the grommet. I'm going to use this hammer to push with because it's gotten so short now. It's hurting my finger to push on it. I wish it would just go in. But it's not. So I've got to get it. I'm going to push this grommet on up it and out of the way so I can see what's going on here. There we go. Push it on up there. Okay, I'm just missing. This one is actually probably going to be a little easier because I can see the hole this time. The first one we were trying to do, I couldn't see the hole. Did I get it? It's almost, I mean, it's right there, for goodness. For the love of Pete. It's right there. I think if I just close that up a little bit, maybe it'll go. I mean, I can see with the tweezers. Can I wedge it down? I need this thing to go. The problem is that gets it closer, but now I can't see anything, so I have no idea. No, that's not it. I need it. Let me see if I can kind of do the same thing I did before. This is definitely the hardest part of the whole thing so far. Without a doubt. Can I just push that? Can I push the rod up? Maybe I can push the rod towards it. Did I get it? I think I might have just got it. I think we might have just hit it. Let me. Is that bottoming out? I think we got it. Yeah, okay, there, it's bottoming out. Okay, so now what I want to do is go back and push this grommet we put in here. I'm going to push it all the way up The rod's where it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna push it all the way up against that top hinge point there. I'm gonna go in the back. And look how flex that is. I guess that's, oh no, I think I just pulled it out. Oh my God. I think I just pulled it out. Oh, I'm gonna cry if I just pull, I did. Oh goodness me. I just pulled the stupid thing out trying to move the, all right, let's, I know what to do now. I'm just kind of wedging it up, the rod itself up with my tweezers. I need to move this guy out of the way. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Well, there's a lesson for you. Once you get the rod in there, be very careful. You don't want it to come out. Did that get back? Did that get it? Did I get it? I can't even tell. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's it. It is so hard to see. This is very difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Is that in there or not? I cannot tell. I think so. But it's not wanting to go through, is it? No, it is really not. Oh, thank you for, if you're still around, thank you for sticking with me because this is quite difficult here. Okay. There, that's where it needs to be, I think. I think I just felt it pop in the hole, I think. Yeah. Yes, okay, yes. Now, I'm gonna put my finger on the end of that thing so it won't come back out. I'm gonna push that. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna get this all set all the way in. There it is, okay. Pick it back up, okay. Now, this time, I'm gonna make sure this rod does not move while I push this up here and push that down there. Okay. And the only thing I think broke off was this here, which it didn't actually break off. It just came on. I'll probably just glue it in there. But you know what? There is one more step we've got to do very quickly. And that's this other short pin thing, which goes in the slot. So it's going to go, that's this. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got this guy here, this wooden piece here. It goes over this way, and we've got a pin, a short pin, that's going to pin on either side of that, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen. So where's my short pin? So let's go ahead and just put us we're going to put a grommet on. We're going to put this in frame so you guys can see what I'm doing. So we just need to put this pin through here and then through that slot. And then we need to pin it. How do I get to, here we go. We need to pin it on this side. Like so. Now, so this is how it closes. And then it's going to open. You've got like a bat wing. Is this going to end up, I guess it just kind of comes out like that. Is that the idea? Yeah. That's closed. And open. You can't even see. Close and open. Yeah. So there you go. That's the hinge. You know what really has me kind of crying on the inside is we're going to have to do it again on this side. So we have that to look forward to. But there we go. We didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to get done. I really would have liked, I've got a lot of wires hanging here. I've got to be careful with them. I would have really liked to got the whole back on and everything, but we are way over time. So I'm going to call it there. I think when we come back tomorrow, we will go ahead and finish out so we've got a ton of plastic pieces we got to do again. So we'll do that tomorrow along with the back and get this closed up. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is on all of these pins we've got going. I think I'm gonna drop a piece of, just to drop a CA glue. You can't do that because they got to be able to turn. Here's my fear is that these pins come out of these. You know what I mean? But you can't glue them because then they won't spin. You know, they have to be able to spin to make the hinge work. So we'll just have to hope they hang in there. But anyways, thank you for joining me. Sorry this went so long. It was it's quite something to do these hinges. I think we got it though at the end of the day. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button. Leave me those comments. Let me know if you're building along, and if you are, how well did this go for you? I'm going to pull these wires through a little better. Hit the subscribe button. Do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.